crew. Happy July. Happy Sunday. I hope you guys are rested. If not, you are resting and you're preparing for the new week ahead. Let me just send over. Just inviting some people over. Okay. Hey, Ada, how are you? Come on in, come on in, come on in. I should have had some music playing to set the vibe. This month, well, first off, we made it to the end of July. We have one more week until we're in August. And also we are in the 8th month. We're getting towards the 8th month of the year. So what have we been doing for these past 7 months? Are we celebrating ourselves, most importantly, to see how far we have grown from January to now? Hey. So this month, what came up for me to discuss with the crew is celebrating yourself. Now, normally how I get how these topics kind of come up for me is just like through my life experiences, on my growing journey. Hey, boo, my growing journey. And what I'm learning along the way, I just share it with the crew. So this month is about celebrating yourself. And the reason why I wanted to discuss this topic is because I have found a liberation in putting myself first by celebrating myself before I wait for others to celebrate me. So, well, first off, I've had a lot of good news come in. I am officially in grad school, so I'm so happy for that. I'm so proud of myself. And if you guys caught my my stories about like a week or two ago, you seen me dancing, celebrating, having a good time by myself, and I found it so important and so liberating to really put myself first, and when something good happens, to really take the time out to celebrate by myself, and then, have others add to the celebration. What I learned as well is that celebrating yourself is a way of rejoicing in the divine, in your angels, your angel guides, your ancestors, all the people who are present on this earth and who are not presently on this earth, helping you to get to whatever accomplishment, whatever goal you have succeeded, whatever success story you may be experiencing in that time. So, just making sure that rejoicing, sitting still with your guides and saying, thank you so much. I'm so happy. I'm so proud. I'm so grateful. That is something that I found very liberating. And today I was actually watching a performance with Shensia. I'm sorry if I butchered her name, but Shensia, and her performance at Rolling Loud, and she had brought this girl on the stage, and this girl killed the performance. And I realized that in the midst of me learning how to celebrate myself, because Black Coochie always matters. In the midst of me learning how to celebrate myself, in turn, I began to easily appreciate and celebrate others when they're winning. I find myself a little bit less on the hater side, and not to say like I'm a hater, right? But let's be real. Sometimes, you know, you'll see someone accomplishing things, or you'll see on Instagram, you know, someone's life is so perfect, and then you have, you know, your life, and you feel a little, you don't feel validated in your experience, or you don't feel like what you're doing is enough, and it is, right? So, just that. Oh Lord, I just lost my train of thought. Yes, that hater aspect. We all, I just come to terms that we all have that little itty bitty hater inside of us, right? That kind of not wants what the person has, but wants our life to be just as picture perfect as we see. And honestly, I feel like your life is already picture perfect. You know, you don't have to look to your left or look to your right to see what this person is doing, how this person is succeeding. You are already succeeding by being here, right? So just celebrating that moment, not even having it be an event or a goal or something that you are celebrating, but just like celebrating yourself for being here on this earth and knowing, yes, it's a little green man, yes, and we all have it, right? We can't deny, you know, we can sit back and say, I mean, some people, the little green man is a little bigger than, you know, others, but we all just need to make sure that, you know, we all just need to be able to accept that part of us. And then I feel in order to counteract that is just being able to celebrate yourself in your essence right here, right now, in this present moment. Like, celebrating yourself is so important, because I believe, like, especially with me, I used to look to others for validation, for others for celebration. Like, oh, I completed this goal. Okay, I'm going to post it on social media and let's see, you know, how many likes I'm going to get or how many comments I'm going to get. And when it didn't turn out to be this grandiose celebration that I envisioned, then I started to get salty, right? I'm like, dang, nobody cares. Like, and then I start to question myself, and I'm questioning my validity and my accomplishments. Like, you know, am I supposed to do what everybody else is doing? Am I supposed to pull up with the extra, or, you know, just to get that validation? And I realized that I had to find that validation within myself, right? Because validating yourself is liberating yourself. Celebrating yourself is validating yourself. And I just find it, especially within this past month, and just looking back at my growth, like this month in particular, I really sat back and looked at my growth. Like, I pulled out an old journal of mine. Actually, it was this month last year, I actually got back into journaling. And the place that I was in July of 2020 compared to where I am right now in July of 2021, I have so much to celebrate, you know. And just looking back and seeing, I'm like, yeah, this is something that I should be proud of, something that I don't have to necessarily post on social media or run and tell my friends so that they can celebrate me. I'm already here. My guides are already here. God is already here, right? So why wait? Why not just, you know, rejoice or celebrate right then and there, you know, just celebrating the smallest things to the big things, right? Start by celebrating small, celebrating you waking up in the morning. You know, we are blessed every single day to get up and experience another day of life. And sometimes we kind of take it for granted. And it's just like being able to celebrate that essence of being, right? Being present at your job, being present with your family, being present with your friends, being present with yourself, you know, being present with the divine. There's so much to celebrate. And at first, when I first started actually celebrating myself, one memory I have is when I left a job that was no longer serving me. Instead of me, it was very nerve-wracking for me to put my resignation in. However, something was just like, you know what, go get yourself a bottle of champagne. And when you put your 2 weeks in, what you're going to do is you're going to pop this bottle and you're going to sit back and you're going to celebrate yourself and you're going to enjoy, right? Even though this was a situation that you don't really think to go and like, and celebrate. I made sure that I sat down with myself, really sit with family too and just like celebrate this moment. I believe like my family, they probably think like not an alcoholic, but any little event for 2021 has been a champagne year for me. Like any event, any little win, I'm like, get the champagne going, we're gonna pour some for the ancestors, and we're gonna drink and we're gonna celebrate, because life is a celebration. Like and it's so crazy that before I could even put it to words now to be speaking to you guys about it, it was just something that became like a habit, right? A really good habit, because one, you couldn't really go outside with COVID going on. So you just try to find those little ways of celebrating yourself, you know. And I just find it very, very, I'm going to keep stressing it, it's very, very, very important for you to celebrate yourself. You counteract so many other emotions. You tend to now understand your worth. You start to feel your worth, not even understand, because we can understand our worth, right? But it's a difference between understanding it on an intellectual basis and feeling it on an emotional level, right? Feeling that worth, feeling that you're worthy. And the only person on this here earth that will let you know how worthy you are is yourself. Nobody else will tell you how worthy you are but you know, because you are a creation. You are that creation of the divine. You are a part of the divine, right? And the divine is perfect. So you yourself are perfect as well. Let me see where else I want to go with this. Okay, so I think the next what's coming up for me now is just different ways of celebrating yourself. So like I mentioned earlier, go pop a bottle, pop champagne. If you know, down with Mary Jane, do your thing. Like find something that makes you happy. Also, you could take yourself out on a solo date. Being in solitude. For me personally, I love my solitude. Like I love being in my own company. And I realized this years back, before it became like a trend to do. I don't know if it is a trend, or I would like for it to be a trend for people to actually go out and date themselves, take themselves out on dates, be in their own essence, learn themselves, you know, learn what they like, what they don't like. Because once you know yourself, it's easier for you to connect and be your most authentic self. Within, like, with the world, you know. You don't have to really worry about, oh, you know, let me make myself small so that this person can, you know. So take yourself out on a solo date. It could be, you can take yourself out to eat for brunch, dinner, breakfast, or take yourself out on a picnic. Take yourself on a vacation. Take a solo vacation if you feel called to. Like, be in your own presence. Another thing that I also learned is just being by myself, being in that solitude outside in public. It breeds an openness of creating a path of meeting new people, right? When I'm by myself, I tend to, if I'm at a bar or I'm at a hookah lounge or something, like, I tend to meet someone that I don't believe I would ever meet, you know, if I was with a group of people, right? Because you're so ingrained on your friends that you don't really have your that open pathway to connect with other people. So there is a blessing and there is benefits of you being in your own essence and literally in your own solitude and taking yourself out. So that's another thing that we can do. Sitting in gratitude. So what I didn't post on my Instagram stories when I was dancing and celebrating my acceptance letter and admission into grad school, was that after I done sweat my whole life away, you know, I called forth my ancestors. It was a really empowering celebration of just, you know, joy and anyhow. So after I did all of that, what I did is I sat down and I went on YouTube. YouTube is my best friend. So I went on YouTube and I looked up a gratitude meditation and I sat with it, and I just felt like my blood rushing, my heart racing, like the rush of joy. I cried a little bit because it was just like, oh my God, like I'm so happy to be here. This is what I've envisioned, for myself. It was very, very calming, like grounding, that balancing act of, hi Kayla, sending you some love. Thank you for stopping in. I truly appreciate you. Yes, so sitting in meditation after I, scream, dance, whatever, like it felt very grounding for me. I felt hands, and not physical hands, but I felt like, when you were in church and they call you up to the altar, and everybody places their hands on you in prayer, in unison, that power of prayer. I felt that, okay, good luck on your interview. You got this. Yes, just being able to, feeling my, hands placed on me and just sitting in that gratitude, steeping myself in the gratitude, being grateful that I'm actually sitting in gratitude, right? It was just very empowering, very, very, very empowering. And also you can treat yourself, right? You can take yourself out, take yourself out to eat, or you can buy yourself, that cute bag that you wanted, or those shoes that you liked, or if you want to go get your if you don't normally get your lashes done or your hair done, go treat yourself. Like, you deserve it, right? Don't wait for someone else to provide that for you. And then once you set that standard for yourself, understand that vibration can only be matched. It cannot be taken down. Yes, it can be raised higher. However, it's going to match, right? It's either going to match you or it's going to elevate. So the people around you now, they know, okay, I see how Ebony celebrates herself when she's accomplishing her goals. I know that she doesn't wait for me to say, oh, let's go to brunch. She just goes and does what she needs to do to make sure that she is happy and celebratory in her own essence, her own spirit, her own nature, right? So now you tend to see that people will actually try to meet that vibration of, okay, I want to do something grand, right? Because I already know that you're going to do something grand for yourself. So let me try to see if I can match that, or at least, yes, let me just see if I can match that, period, right? And it just changes your whole outlook on life. It's a form of like boundaries, right? Not having to wait for someone to validate you because you've already validated yourself. Not having to wait for someone to celebrate you because you have already celebrated yourself. Not having to wait for someone to liberate you because you have already liberated yourself, right? And God has already liberated you, right? And He's already celebrated you. So it's a shifting consciousness, and it is something that helps. And then the last thing you can do to celebrate yourself is, I wish I could like kind of put the dancing video in the live so you guys can see, right? When I first got the letter, amongst other things too, right? Because I've had other experiences, but this is my most recent experience, especially for this month. I screamed, I ran around, I sat down, I got a little dizzy, but I was rooted and embodied in the emotions. And just being able to take that time out to embody and engulf yourself in that scream, or in that run, or in that dance movement, or those tears, or whatever, right? Just being able to actually sit back and feel that emotion. It helps me I feel more human. if that makes sense. I feel more human. Like I am here, I am home in my body. I can actually feel at home in my body. I feel like I'm in my body, and it's not like a alternate experience, right? So take yourself out, treat yourself, gratitude meditation or gratitude journaling, and just being present in those emotions. Trying those things out. It doesn't have to be exactly that list. You can find whatever innately comes to you that you feel like all you have to do is ask and you will receive, right? How do I want to celebrate myself today? I'm so proud of myself. I cleaned the bathroom and I want to celebrate that. So, how do I celebrate that? And trust me, you will get the answer on how you want to celebrate yourself. And trust me, it brings you nothing but joy and bliss. And it's a state of mind, it's a state of consciousness, and it's a freedom that's behind celebrating yourself. So celebrate good times. Good times does not have to be major. Good times can just be sitting on live with me right now, right? We're in celebration mode. I wish I had some champagne, but I have meditation coming up, so I can't really be inebriated. However, celebrate good times, but also make it priority to celebrate yourself. One story I want to share, my aunt, she is such a wise woman. We were talking, I believe it was in February. She's an Aquarius, and it was her birthday. So I called her and we were talking, and she's like, girl, I don't wait for anybody to celebrate me. I went out, I got my birthday card. I wrote in my birthday card, happy birthday to me. I gave myself a gift. I treated myself to some good food. And I sat in my presence, and everybody else that came after to wish me happy birthday was a plus. It wasn't something that I needed. It wasn't something that made or broke my birthday, right? I'm here and I'm celebrating me because I'm here, right? And when she said that, I was like, wow. We wait for our birthdays and we want all these happy birthdays, and then if you don't get the happy birthdays, like I used to do that. If you don't get all the happy birthdays that you expect, it's like, oh, don't talk to me, like, oh, y'all don't really like me, like, we not cool because you didn't tell me happy birthday. And it's like, does it really matter if that person told you happy birthday? Did you tell yourself happy birthday? Did you celebrate yourself, being brought onto this earth on that specific day? So I love the fact, that my aunt, she said that, and she's like, yeah, Christmas time comes along, she does the same thing. She doesn't, yes, expectations. And expectations leads, well, I don't want to say it leads to disappointments, but more than 50% of the time it leads to disappointments, right? So in order to cancel that expectation of getting all this love, why not give all that love to yourself? The divine is already giving you all that love. From the time you open up your eyes, the divine is already pouring love into you. So all you have to do is give that back to yourself, and it will reflect in nature. It will reflect in your family. It will reflect in your perception, your experience, your view of the world. Like it really is an empowering thing an empowering mindset that I have embraced, and I am like rooted in that. I try to make sure that I am always checking in with myself to make sure that I'm not over exasperating myself, looking for that with that underlying fear of missing out or fear of no validation or little to no validation, right? I'm always checking in with myself and say, okay, Eb, well, what did you do today? You did that. All right, let's celebrate. And celebration can also look like, because balance is key, celebration can also look like sitting in meditation. It can also look like just going to the park and sitting underneath a tree, right? And just really honing in on on nature, right? Really being one with nature. Celebrating yourself doesn't have to always look like a party, but why not? Why not? I love parties, right? We all love parties. We love the adrenaline rush that we get, the serotonin that comes, like, we love it. So why not do that right then and there for ourselves, right? It's only one of us. You're unique. We are unique, right? And you know, I think that it's time. I think that at this point, it is time for us to celebrate ourselves. We are not waiting for anybody else to celebrate us. It's nice if they do. It's a plus. But it's a plus on what you have already done for yourself, crew. That's the message. That's the message. That's it. It drops mic. That's the message. Celebrate yourself. And before I wrap up, if anybody is free, there is meditation at 6 o'clock, group meditation at 6. If you are interested, hit me up in the DM. I will send you over the link. It is going to be a Reiki breathwork meditation, and it's going to be it's virtual via Zoom. And it's just so grounding, right? To set your intention for the week, for the next 2 weeks, however long, even just for the day, right? Just setting your intention or maybe winding down. So I have, if you guys are interested in the meditation at 6, make sure you hit me in the DM. I will send you over the link. And then the last thing I want to do, as promised, is I want to pull from the Crystal Intentions Oracle deck. I like this deck for the crew, specifically because I know majority of the crew are crystal baes. They love crystals, and I'm pretty sure you guys have, already. I'm pretty sure you guys are, yes, crystal baes, and also, you know, we just like to talk crystals. So what came out is the Peacock Copper. So this is azurite, aka peacock, the peacock stone. It's really pretty. And the affirmation that says it, crazy enough, I actually have it right here on me. So that's very aligning. And the affirmation says, I confidently show my true colors to others. I am fabulous. I'm gonna read it again. I confidently show my true colors to others. I am fabulous. That's the affirmation for today, tomorrow, this week. I confidently show my true colors to others. I am fabulous. You are fabulous. You are so fabulous that you don't have to wait for anybody to tell you that you're fabulous, because every time you open up your beautiful eyes in the morning, my sister, you are already fabulous. And then the back, because it has like information. So here's some tips that we can hone in on the confidently showing your true colors, confidently being authentic in ourselves and being fabulous. You improve the optimistic outlook on life, celebrating yourself. Increase happiness, feel confident and comfortable, and embrace ability to be in the spotlight. Hey, you. So again, it's improve optimistic outlook on life, increase happiness, feel confident and comfortable, and embrace the ability to be in the spotlight. And I love how it says embrace the ability to be in the spotlight, because you could create your own. You are your own light. You are your own spotlight. So make sure you put you in your spotlight as well too. Don't forget about yourself, worrying about others. Always check in with you first. So if you guys do have peacock copper or azurite in your crystal stash, this is the crystal for the week. And yes, if you guys want to screenshot it, I will put it here so you can screenshot. But it's all aligning, right? Improving the optimistic outlook on life, increasing your happiness, feeling confident and comfortable, and embracing the ability to be in the spotlight. that all aligns with celebrating yourself. When you celebrate yourself, you have that confidence. That solar plexus, that awakens the solar plexus, and that's where your confidence stems from. Right here is where the confidence stems from. So it is 5:36, and I'm going to get myself ready for meditation. Again, crew, I would love for you guys to join. I've been posting and promoting as best as I can to try to get you guys to come on and join me with my Reiki master teacher for her free meditations. It's so amazing. And I hope the only thing I can really do is hope that you guys hit me up and let me know you guys are interested in actually, joining the meditation. So if you guys are, I will see you in the DMs. If not, I believe that is all. Crew, thank you so much for joining me again this month, and I wish you guys nothing but greatness, happiness, celebration, and love. Love is very important. Love is the highest vibration of all vibrations in this world. So I love you, crew. I will see you guys at the end of August. Be blessed, be well, and I will see you on the flip side.